Good morning, Pride League. We got another Thursday, October 13th, coming at you. And football waits for no man, gentlemen. Let's just jump right into it. I hope everybody had a great week. Let's recap, see who might have had a better week than others. You know what I'm talking about. All right, we got Disabled Vigilantes. Went up against his longtime foe Dynasty Sage, rebranded, mind you. I mean, fighting for the village, but unfortunately, Payne had to, put a mud hole in this village. You know what I mean? You might have to rebuild. Is all I'm saying. I mean, we had an offense that was super powered. I mean, we scored more on offense than a lot of teams scored all together. Six of you, close to seven if you want to be frank about it. Close to half the league. 220 plus points on offense. Disabled vigilantes. That's what I wanted you to look like all year. I know, granted, there was some major explosions from a lot of players that probably shouldn't have exploded, but either way, I kind of want my offense to just backbreaker the shit out of people. And here we're going into the bye weeks, and I think I got some decent. Or we're not gonna go down to an ultimate breakdown. I had myself beating Dynasty Sage. Check mark for that. Next, we had Bull City going up against Unfuckwittable. Unfuckwittable scored 282 points. I mean, it's going to be tough. You score over 250, you kind of expect to win. I actually had Unfuckwittable beating Bull City in this one. Good on you, kid. Next, we had Classy Strippers going up against those West Coast Giants. And I had Classy Strippers. I thought Classy Strippers was going to hit a stride. Unfortunately, there's a speed bump in his way. West Coast Giants gets that dub in that low-scoring affair. Next, we have Hollywood Cole Brothers taking on those boys in Scranton at Dunder Mifflin. Like I said, you score over 250 points, you kind of expect to win. If there's even the slightest hiccup, somebody gets knocked out of a game, blah, 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 you may suffer the cost of that. So, Dunder Mifflin defeats Hollywood Cole Brothers, and I did have Hollywood Cole Brothers, so that makes me two and two. Not 2 for 2 because that would make me 100%. I'm at 50% right now on my picks. Next, we had Stacking Yards going up against Griffey Cakes, and poor Griffey Cakes can't seem to get it together. Probably having some seller's remorse when it comes to Mahomes and Kelsey. But what can you do, right? You just pick yourself up and try again. Shout out to Aaliyah. But Griffey Cakes, this is and Stacking Yards gets that victory as I predicted, 3-2. Next we had The Boss going up against Agent Smith, and I picked this one correctly. Apparently, Boss barely over 200, while Agent Smith stacks up a whopping 322. He was ready for this matchup. Agent Smith gets that dub, making me a mighty 4-2. And to finish it off, we had Wubba Lubba Dub Dub going up against ADP. And I kind of had my heart on my sleeve here, picking ADP. Barely over 200. Wubba Lubba Dub Dub proving that he is no slouch. You're going to have to respect him week in and week out, scoring a mighty 267. I got that one wrong, making my picks a grand total of 4-3. Overall in the season, we're still about 14-21 is not a good look. Not a good look. But we're gonna get this right. I think I might go 7 for 7 in this upcoming week. I hope so anyway. Well, we got that cleared out of the way. Week in review, done. I mean, it's kind of what we're expecting. The power rankings are shifting quite rapidly, but it will settle out by when we get in our stride in October, and definitely by the time we hit November, things will start settling out. You'll see who the cream of the crop is. But these pesky bye weeks start this week. But before we get into next week, we gotta talk about our fantasy stud. Yeah, a lot of you probably thinking I'm going to pick me. I can't pick me because the fantasy stud encompasses so many. I mean, did I score 220 points on offense? Yes. Could I logically give myself this considering my offense scored more than 6 other teams? Yes, but I can't overlook what Agent Smith is doing. This is running ramshot against quality opponents, mind you. This stuff matters. Agent Smith, fantasy stud, get it. You go, boy. I think that's copyright infringement, but you go, boy. Anyway, if we gotta have a stud, we definitely gotta have a dud. And there's no bigger dud than the man who tried to put on that 7th Hokage cape and said, no, I got this. No, bruh, you got a butt whooping. You go. Dynasty Sage is our dud this week with a very low score of 168 points, nowhere near what he needed to be competitive. But, there's always next week. We got that stuff out of the way. Stud, Agent Smith. Dud, Dynasty Sage. Let's get to the power rankings. That's where we really want to be, right, boys? We want to be in some power ranking action. Like I said, there's going to be a significant shuffle this week. People going up, people going down, stacking yards, sitting at number 1. Agent Smith at number 2. I have a feeling he's going to cement himself in that top 3 pretty good. We got the boss at number 3 right now. Wubble of a dub hitting us up at 4. Dynasty Sage, even after that despicable Dudley loss, we got him sitting at 5. Might have just been a hiccup in the road. Dynasty Sage's team is not terrible. And as we see, we're going to see the depths of teams coming into the upcoming weeks, going all the way up into week 14. Week 6, week 7, week 9. These are going to be some really important weeks as some of those major divisions are taking some time off. Week 6, not so much. Not a whole lot of firepower coming into week 6 being taken up. But as we get week 7, this is for your boy in particular. I don't like week 7. Week 7 is not a week that I plan to win. But anyway, I digress. We got redacted ADP coming in at 6. When rounding out our playoff bubble, we got those boys in Scranton at number 7, Dunder Mifflin. 8, Unfuckwittable. And then 9, we have those West Coast Giants, Hollywood Cole Brothers, coming in at 10. Almost dropped you lower, but I'm gonna respect what you got down there. At 11, Disabled Vigilantes clawing their way back up. Classy Strippers had to bump you down, my guy. That's a tumble. And then we got Bull City coming in at 13. Always a win away from clawing. I mean, it's getting thick now. Besides Griffey Cakes, who's rounding out the bottom here consistently, everybody else has a potentiality to be in the top 7. This is a playoff. October is where playoffs are made. In November, this is where champions are cemented. But you gotta get to November. You gotta get through November to December to even think about having a chance. And the only team that I kind of think has no chance is our former champion, who's going to graciously just give up the top spot, it seems like. I don't know. Still kind of early. But if I had to call it, Griffey Cakes, I might put you on the elimination block. You're on the block for sure. I haven't swung the axe yet. I haven't swung the axe to declare that you're done. But you're definitely on the block, my boy. Yeah. Now that we got the power rankings out of the way, don't we want to see what we got going on for next week? Because that's what really matters, no? Next week. Let's see if we can get some visuals. I think the reason why this thing, it doesn't like Fantrax's ads is what I have to gather. It's like so much busyness because I'm not buying the ad-free John of this shit. It's just, no, I'm not doing it. So let's see if we can make it a little less busy and we can keep it moving. This is a good week, right? We've got the week 6 predictions coming up right now. Griffey Cakes taking on Disabled Vigilantes. And as you boys know, I do not have myself losing to a guy on the fucking block. That's not happening. No way. I don't care if my Texans are out this week. Nope, not happening. I even put some flyers in at I think Disabled Vigilantes probably gonna have a pretty decent week this week, like a well-rounded team this week. I fully expect to score 250 plus points, but a great combination between offense and defense giving me those points. Go ahead and chalk it up. Disabled Vigilantes beating the reigning champion. Next, we got Dunder Mifflin going up against Bull City, and I'm starting to take a little bit more of a peek at what we got going on here. And I got Bull City beating the boys in Scranton. I know you're like, whoa, Bull City's ranked 13th. We got upset. This is going to be upset week. I have a feeling the power rankings are definitely going to shift this week. Bull City, upset. Go ahead and get it. Next, we've got Dynasty Sage going up against those Hollywood Cole brothers. And what do you know? I've got those boys in sweet Hollywood winning this matchup. It should be close, but I think Hollywood Cole Brothers has the more favorable matchups. Stacking Yards going up against Classy Strippers. Stack, number one, can't lose to Classy Strippers. You got to prove that you got the depth to do this long term. Go ahead and mop up Co-Commish there. We've got Unfuckwittable going up against Agent Smith. And is there anyone that's going to stop on the tracks of this freight train we call Agent Smith? If they do, they're going to get ran over like Unfuckwittable. I got Agent Smith winning this game. Next, we've got West Coast Giants going up against Wubba-Lubba-Dub-Dub. And I got my eyes wide open. No more heart on the sleeve. Wubba-Lubba-Dub-Dub gets this win against those West Coast Giants. Woo! And last but not least, we've got Redacted ADP going up against the Boss. And I actually picked ADP. I've been burned by you before, ADP, but I believe you will take this victory. You can't fall in the rankings much longer or you'll be back where you were last year. Nobody wants to be back there. Take it from your boy.